All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Ask Me Anything, where you have questions, we have answers. Let's dive in. Okay. All right.
What was it all about?
All right. So, welcome to our first episode, our pilot episode.
Wow.
Where you guys can ask any questions and we'll try to answer it. We don't really have questions from any of the viewers or listeners yet because this is our first episode. We haven't collected any questions. So we'll be kind of just going through some things that we've collected together. And I guess to start off, we should introduce ourselves. You want to start from our left to right?
Sure. Okay, my name is Matthew Revelo. Wait,
Hi.
what am I supposed to say?
Okay.
Probably what, favorites
Okay,
or something.
Let's do names.
Okay.
And then let's say what is your favorite animal?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, favorite animal.
That would be fine.
Okay. Well, cut.
Okay.
All right. My name is Matthew Revelo, and my favorite animal is I have two, but one of the fennec fox.
The fennec fox.
It's like a fox, like a really tiny fox, but it has really long ears.
Oh, that's cool. Where is
where
this
can we
like
find it?
in the tundra or is this
Is it one of the ancient,
let me show
ancient
you.
animals in the old?
fox? I've never heard of a
I've
fox.
never actually thought
Wow, phoenix fox.
favorite animal.
It's like an amalgamation of phoenix and fox.
Fennec.
What?
It's
Fennec?
this one.
Phoenix.
Oh, and for the viewers, we'll put something
That
up
looks
there.
like a Pokemon.
Should we,
It kind of does look like a
looks like a-
Pokemon.
It looks like Eevee.
maybe he'd catch it.
There's like a Japanese bird.
We'll put it on the screen probably.
Yeah.
It's like a white bird, and it's really cool.
Wow, that's well thought.
Well, I have a genuine.
Oh,
Whoa.
What's that?
That's actually really
It's
nice.
a Japanese.
that's
bird.
really nice.
Okay, but if you had to
wow.
choose one, which one would it be?
The fennec fox.
The Phoenix fox.
Wow,
Phoenix fox.
Fennec.
Fennec.
Fennec. Phoenix?
Fennec.
Fennec. Oh, I thought I heard it like wrong.
Phoenix.
Phoenix fox.
Phoenix fox? That's crazy.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
was-
so hi, I'm Matthew. My name is Alan DeSena Jr. My favorite animal would have to be the platypus. Super cool, cute little animal. So you would see it in TV shows and other places. It's quite. I think that animal is iconic. So that's one of my favorite animals.
Okay. Man, okay, nice. Thank you,
Nice.
Alan. Hi guys, my name is Gino Toledanis, and I've never actually thought of this question really, but the one that came to my mind for some reason is a beaver.
He's a beaver.
Beaver.
Oh, wow.
Beaver or wolf, but I actually would take a beaver just because of,
White wolf though.
I don't know. As you guys were talking, it just popped up in my mind.
Oh,
I think
okay.
beaver I would take over a wolf just because of their, I guess you could say, impact on community.
Eager
yeah,
beaver.
yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, and I was in construction engineering, so
Oh, that
They-
makes sense.
Oh,
kind of-
yeah.
maybe I'm connecting.
Makes sense.
Beaver.
Great a dam.
Great animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a movie about beaver that was just
Recently,
released.
yeah.
Hopper, I think.
Oh, yeah, it's a
yeah,
horror.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That Coachella.
I love that. I cried a lot with the
What?
movie.
Justin Bieber.
He sings. Beaver that sings. Justin Bieber, no.
An actual beaver.
Infrastructure.
That's really good. That's
Okay.
Yeah.
all right,
Crazy.
All right.
I would say.
What's your name?
It's pretty. Yeah. What's the name? I was so fixated in the favorite
I mean,
animal.
it's a great question.
Yeah. So my name is Hansel Joseph Givieso. So that's my full name. Yeah.
Fulgavi.
Wow. So like typically Filipinos have like two names, right? So Hansel Joseph.
Yeah.
Anyway, my favorite animal it's pretty common. I like lion.
Yeah.
The Lion of Judah.
Okay.
Is that the King of the Jungle? No, that's gorilla.
King of the Jungle is lion, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just thinking about the nursery song, or like the.
Well, they're in the top of the no.
True. Okay.
Okay.
I was trying to make a joke. Lion of Judah.
Oh, wait, I don't get it. The light of.
No, it's a term. It's a term in the
Is
New
it?
Testament
In
in
the
reference
book.
to Jesus.
It's in
Yeah.
One of the names of Jesus,
Oh.
the Lion of Judah.
No, I heard of that. I was not thinking about that at all.
Because lion is considered to be king, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Jesus is king as well.
Okay.
Fierce,
So who would
strong.
win in a fight then with all our animals?
I don't think a platypus is
I'm not winning, bro.
Yo, mine's winning.
the fox.
The fennec fox.
Okay, cool. So, so after we now just introduced ourselves,
Yeah.
onto the segment that we have. It's called an exercise segment where we're just gonna warm up, trying to break the ice amongst each other. Even though I feel like we've already broken the ice, I think doing another one wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take turns saying a word to create a sentence.
Okay.
All right. But we only got one shot. We can only make one sentence, and it's up to us to figure out what.
Is it snake style? Like it goes this way, and then Hanzo has to say 2 words, or is it just gonna?
I think what we'll
Yeah,
just
let's
do.
that. Oh,
wait,
no,
what is it?
no, let's go back like this.
Like a circle?
Let's do a loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll try to keep the sentence going, and then it'll
Yes.
be done. Whoever kind of like says period.
No
or
topic
like,
Oh, okay, okay.
whatsoever.
Alright.
No
just go.
topic.
Just random
All right,
things.
starting with
Let's see what we can make.
All right. In
The
Beginning.
God
created
the
and
the
earth.
Well.
done.
uh
Well done. Amazing. Amazing.
Job.
Okay.
I was hoping you say men.
Oh.
They're gonna say a child
Oh.
is born.
All right. So where would stop?
I said
What was
job.
the last name? Job.
Yeah.
Great.
Job amazing. Great.
Is
Say it, man. Say it.
No idea where we're
know
going.
it. I know.
I know what you're thinking, guys.
Okay, wait.
I know what
You
you're
said
thinking.
No. Great is
Our.
faithfulness.
Oh.
my
Oh man, I'm always struggling when it comes to me. I don't know what to say. Period.
Oh,
my.
What's the sentence that we created?
Dang.
It was like, were you trying to do the song? Is that
Yeah.
what it was? Yeah.
Yeah.
Great is thy
I'm trying to do.
faithfulness.
Great is thy faithfulness. Oh God, my
You guys are
Father.
on a good wavelength, and I'm trying to catch
We
up
were,
here.
we were on something, bro.
We're definitely on
That was
something.
good. That was good.
Yeah.
Let's clap it.
good
up.
idea.
Let's
Yeah.
Good job, guys. Good job.
Good job.
All right, so we did our warm-up segment, our exercise segment. So the next segment is news-related reaction.
Oh.
So for
To be
today,
recent.
pastor escapes driving
What?
ban because I think I got the wrong one. wait.
He's
Look.
driving man because of.
Okay, maybe.
Congregation
Let me just see where,
needs?
where this goes.
Okay.
Now, I
Okay.
don't even know.
All right.
Pastor escapes driving ban because of congregation needs.
Oh wow.
A Pentecostal church pastor was caught using his mobile phone while driving. Has avoided a ban after claiming his congregation would suffer if he was unable to drive.
Oh wow.
So I guess
It's crazy. Wow.
this pastor is
He's in a hurry.
definitely in a hurry to get to his congregation, to the congregation, but is saying that is the excuse to
That he has.
to not get
A driving ticket?
A driving ticket?
Is it a driving ticket? Or what
It
does
doesn't-
ban to be? What
I don't
does
know.
ban
The
mean?
ban, it was in the title. I'm trying to see if it says there is a fine that this person got.
Probably a driving ticket because he
Yeah.
used his phone, right?
a driving ticket.
Yeah, I guess so.
Now, do you think as leaders, obviously for a really good reason, you want to get to your congregation to,
Sorry, keep going.
to be able to give your sermon, to attend to those at the church, but is it justified to maybe
To, like, escape
speed
or violate-
and violate certain
Yeah.
driving laws, like laws that maybe doesn't seem like
Yeah,
like
so
the greatest repercussions?
exactly.
Do you think pastors can get an exemption of that?
No, definitely not.
Definitely.
Yeah, of course.
No,
I think
no
it goes
one
back.
No one's exempted from the law.
Yeah, exactly.
No one
exactly.
is exempted from the law.
It goes to like can the means justify? Oh no, can the end justify the means?
Yeah.
Something. It's like a moral question, in a general sense.
Right.
Can you like do good things by doing wrong things?
So I guess in this example,
In this-
this is not a good. This is not a good.
Yeah. In this example, like the pastor is violating some rules in the traffic.
Yeah.
And
Now-
I think it's not good for
Wow.
as a minister who
Yeah.
upholds the scripture,
Yeah.
which is full of precepts and full of like form disciplines, right? So I think as ministers we should follow the rules at the same time fulfill our responsibilities as well.
Is there a situation where the means does justify the end?
There can be a situation where the end justifies the means, right? If
Can you
it's-
give me an example for like?
if it's like a life and death situation, then we're probably
I mean,
We-
like,
we can
you've
be
seen-
exempted.
You've seen like when you're driving and then like the police or fire trucks are just like cutting through and they're
Oh, yeah,
running
yeah.
red lights and
Yep.
obviously speeding.
Uh-huh.
But it's because of an emergency. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
they
Yeah.
have to get to the spot, like, or else like time is of the essence. If they don't make it in time, then obviously.
Obviously.
yeah.
But those are like the very like rare, like obviously for us it's
It's pretty rare. It's mostly people who has authority
Exactly.
who does the emergency. But if your question is about like if is there a situation that the end justify the means, then there's probably is.
Is there an example that we could think of for like as I guess youth leader, young adult leaders that maybe the job
To make it
and
more
the
practical.
responsibility that we do, that justifies, let's say, something that may be in the gray area of maybe we shouldn't be doing.
Maybe you are a leader and has a knowledge of, for example, like a CPR and someone has drowned,
Oh yeah.
and you are being called to help,
To help.
because there's no one's there,
So
and
that's like still emergencies.
Yeah.
But you would like for that type of stuff, like obviously your first thing is to call 911, right? So I don't even know if that's
But is there an example you guys could think of from like maybe like your own life, like trying to that's related to trying to serve the church, the community, and I can't really think of anything right now. I'm just trying to make it like a practical thought.
yeah.
As you guys are talking, I was actually looking at the article further.
oh there's
Oh,
speaking,
so
speaking
all right.
of the,
Speaking of
For any of the
emergencies,
viewers
that's
or
one of the
listeners,
examples.
There's a fire truck that
There's a
just
fire that just passed.
Yeah.
and it was just honking.
There's no coincidences
Yeah,
with God, really. This guy, it's saying that he's the only person able to lead services in the 13 churches he oversees.
The 13 different churches.
I was just reading, I was like, that's kind of insane. He said many of his churches would have to close if he wasn't able to travel to them, and his counseling and hospital visits among them would suffer. So if you look at the church in a way that
Wow.
it is a hospital,
Yes.
put it in that context, and he has 13 to attend to.
I
First
can-
of all, I think he needs more people. 13 churches for one pastor is a little
Yeah.
bit
It's actually
crazy.
crazy.
But that's actually a reality in the Philippines.
Yeah, in the
Sometimes they
Philippines.
got
Wow.
24 churches.
Yeah.
If you're a district pastor, you got 24, 15, or 10. That's how a pastor is
crazy.
That
needed.
is
in-
actually crazy. I
in
could
that
see
country.
why this person might be on their why they would be on their phone because they're
He's
trying
probably
to.
churching. He's talking to church 1 and he's talking to church 7 and 8 at the same time. And he's like, "Where do I go?"
Wait. Now I'm thinking about the logistics of this.
That's
How
kind of
do
crazy.
you
Yeah.
do this all in
Easy,
one day?
easy.
Like the 13 churches
I
all
don't
in
think it's
one day.
but
13 churches in one day? I think that's
Yeah.
kind of like impossible.
That's
It's
very
impossible.
Yo, one day. Hold on.
I don't think it's one day. I
Able
think he's
to
just
lead
No, he-
services.
No, I think he's just leading out
I think the
13
problem.
churches.
I think there's problem with logistics and management.
Yeah.
I think he should schedule
I mean, we
Yes.
don't know. Maybe
one church at a time, probably.
maybe this person
It's like schedule diff.
Yeah.
just
does
so
have-
he can avoid the rush or the pressure to
Yeah.
rush in every
and then
day.
be on his phone.
on a phone.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's safe to assume that he probably does have people to help him.
absolutely.
Like probably he has to, right?
Yeah.
13 churches, but I guess it, like we already mentioned, it doesn't justify kind of breaking some safety laws that actually
Yeah,
keeps
exactly.
That
keeps
is
us
some
safe.
gas
Because
right
that would
there.
endanger himself as well.
Yeah.
And if something happens to him, then what's gonna happen to the churches?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you need to
Absolutely.
keep yourself safe as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't use your phones while driving, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't.
Well, bottom line.
Yes, guys.
What Hansel was saying, you need to do what you preach, and bottom line, like you can't be on your phone while you're driving. At the end of the day, you got to do it to the glory of God, and He does not want you to do that. 100%.
Be safe, guys.
Be safe.
Be safe. Be safe.
Value your life, because
Yeah.
when you do that, you're not valuing your life really. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, nice.
All right, so on to our next segment, the main segment where we answer questions. Again, I mentioned that normally we would collect questions from viewers and listeners, but since this is our very first episode, we kind of made our own questions to talk about. And so the first question I would like to bring for discussion is it wrong for Christians to listen to secular music?
Yeah. Wow.
It's pretty
That's
controversial and relevant as well.
Very controversial.
Yeah.
Well, we've all listened to secular
Yeah.
music, so that's just my first thought. I'm still collecting my thoughts. If you guys want to go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm still collecting it as well. I'm thinking whether if this is controversial or not, because I feel
Can
like
be.
it might not be. At least when I think about it. Does anybody have any thoughts about it yet? So I'm
I
actually still
do.
thinking. Oh, okay, go ahead.
I do. So, for those especially that are in a Christian or trying to live a Christian or Christ-like life, when you are having that relationship with Christ, it's a covenant that you have with Christ.
Yeah.
So a relationship. So think of it like having a marriage where if you go up to your wife and say, I'm going to go talk to other girls. This is really extreme topic. I'm going to go talk to other women, but you have the covenant with Christ. So would you want to do that? And of course not. That's why I'm saying it can be controversial or not. But in terms of music, if the music in itself is carnal
Yeah.
and it does not promote glorifying God,
What is carnal?
well, carnal is like, it fulfills more of our fleshly desires
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
rather than one with Christ, then I think that song or that part of secular music should not be listened to, especially if you're trying to live a Christ-like life. In terms of covenant, that's my thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a take on whether or that secular music is okay? Like,
Yeah. I think I would agree to what Gino said. It depends on the music. If the music actually like portrays or depicts some things that are against the principles of the Bible or God's character, or in general it doesn't glorify God at all, then I think we should refrain from listening to it, because music is an expression of a soul, right? As a wise man
that's
said.
a good point. Yeah.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
Yeah, so in other words, it can be a great influence to someone. If you listen to music, you can be greatly influenced.
Yeah.
It will,
Yeah.
well, subconsciously, you will absorb everything in that music, and eventually you'll find yourself like in that kind of perspective. The way you view life is based on the music that you listen.
Right.
Because
I agree.
subconsciously, it actually intrudes your mind. And
Yeah.
I think that's especially true for people that like for music it's special to them. It's
Yeah.
part of like who they are, their culture, the value of what music is to that person. You know, I think that's especially true for those for people. But yeah, I agree. Like just I think about how what's that saying about what you put in, you know, is also what you put out. The things that you watch, the things that you listen to,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
people you hang around with, for like it creates a bit of who you are. right?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So I think that's a really important point. Did you wanted to say something?
No, I agree. But we're going back to the question of, is it wrong? No, I don't think it's wrong.
it depends, right?
It depends.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think it's wrong. It'll get to the point where, no, you know what? Let me rephrase that. I don't think it's wrong, but you have to be careful as to how much you are consuming
Yeah.
and
Agreed.
what type of secular quote unquote you are consuming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because there are some secular music that is very, you know, it goes against the morals and principles of what the Bible teaches.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
there's some music that is, I wouldn't say it's secular, but it's borderline teetering on the secular / gospel-ish music.
Yeah.
There's like a couple songs that's out on like the radio that they play like on a daily basis, but it's sung by a Christian singer. What's
Probably you're saying music about like peace, music about planets.
What's her name? I should've-
Christian singer.
A Christian singer.
Kyrie
A
Job.
female Christian singer.
Yeah. What's her name?
Mariah Carey.
Is she like really famous?
Yeah.
I mean, she's on
Really
the radio.
Well, he sings religious songs.
But I think
Oh,
on
she
the-
does.
I think so.
Oh,
But
I think I heard
you
that.
know who he's talking about?
No, I don't
You
have
guys-
any idea about
we've
it.
sung her songs for Praise Team.
Oh,
That I know.
Is she
Oh, wow.
known for like as a standalone artist, or
I'm gonna find it right now.
is she in like in a band?
I can't
Yeah.
believe her songs and her name is slipping my mind.
I-
Just talk
Okay.
and then I'll
I guess while he's
Alright,
doing
yeah.
that, when you're talking about secular, sorry to cut you off.
Okay. No worries.
Are we talking about music that is not gospel, or just like what's the line that we're talking about?
I think we're actually exploring the gray areas of like
Yeah.
Okay.
like
Just
things that
putting it
are
out
that
there.
are mixing in with Christian aspects alongside secular aspects.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
yeah,
Yeah.
Lauren Daigle, you say.
I don't know.
I'm not
Actually,
familiar.
don't know
I'm not
that.
familiar with the.
Do you want to play it?
You want to play a song?
Wait, we might
Maybe
get
we can play it.
copyrighted.
Okay, all right, guys.
Oh yeah, we might get
We might
copyrighted.
get copyrighted.
All right, guys, we'll
What's a-
play
what's
it.
a famous song that we might
We'll just
know?
we'll just you say.
We'll play it.
How about we sing
But can you
right
sing?
now?
Okay, can you sing?
Technical difficulty.
Oh,
Okay, so
okay. There's
We're back.
a
We
lot.
listened
back.
to
I'm
the
listening to
song,
that. Yes.
and I can confidently say I've actually heard one of her songs on the radio.
Yeah.
Have you guys?
No, I haven't. That's my first time hearing.
Really?
her.
It just sounds familiar.
Yeah, it sounds familiar to me.
I think
as well.
I heard it randomly from Spotify when I just like
Yeah, it
flash
was on, like,
a couple of random
it was,
music,
like,
religious
top-
music.
It was in religious. I think it was like top 100 under like pop or something.
And so
Oh,
wait,
really?
what were you saying that it like her song that she
'Cause, like,
did that?
Like I said, it teeters on the. Because most people, when I first heard the song, I didn't know she was a Christian singer,
Oh,
and then it was on the radio for like weeks and weeks and weeks, and it was just everyone was just singing it.
Yeah.
And then I searched it up. I'm like, oh, she's a Christian singer, and then I searched up the lyrics. I'm like, oh, it's talking about us and like our relationship with God.
Okay.
oh yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
you don't really see the word God in the song. But it's like it's implied. That
Right, right.
I see.
Probably spiritual song.
Spiritual. So you think in the context of lyrics, though, when we're talking about a song, there's feel, right?
Yeah.
Obviously in music, that we can get that from her. It doesn't necessarily mention God. But in our own opinion, do we think that that song is necessarily wrong in feel and lyrics? Because I don't think she really said anything wrong. We're really
Yeah.
diving deep. This is
Hey,
what I
I
mean
mean,
about us trying to.
We were talking about this outside of before we started about how like a question could take like
Yeah,
more than how many minutes long because we could really
Yeah.
dive deep into it, and it's really showing now. I'm actually thinking about how a person takes that like their perspective and what it means to them like of that song.
Yeah.
Like so taking in not just the lyrics but also the feel of it. And then how does that translate to them? Does that bring them closer to God? Because I feel like in some ways, sometimes that's just what matters. But it's also a little dangerous because I feel like that could be an excuse as well.
As well, yeah.
Because I when sometimes I think about my own life, I could think of examples in which where I'm like, yeah, this rapper mentioned God. Yeah, I could listen.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so what are your thoughts on like Christian
rap songs?
Ooh, that's a
When
good
when I was in like junior high, like middle school,
something
going
for
to
that.
high school,
Yeah.
I was listening to there's a rap group, a Christian rap group called Cross Movement.
Oh, I don't know them. Wow.
And like they're like their vibe and like the way they present and like the way they rap is like reminiscent of like the old school like rap. Well, I wouldn't say like more like early 2000 rap groups that you would
I
hear
see.
on the radio.
And
Okay,
And it's religious.
It's a but they're like a religious like Christian rap group.
Interesting.
Oh, I see.
Okay, yeah.
That's
yeah, yeah.
interesting.
Like
I think.
what like how would you consider that like worshipful?
Well,
Or is that
what do
on-
you want to hear? Like Adventist perspective,
Of course.
or
Sure,
just an
of course.
opinion?
Of course.
Whatever you want to
Anything.
say.
Yeah, because just an opinion about it. I think Christian rap songs reaches different type of people as well.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
There are people, especially younger generations, or maybe people who are more inclined into hip hop and rap music, can probably feel that they are more blessed listening to rap songs because they relate much into its kind of like genre or something.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah. As long as the lyrics is aligned with biblical principles and morally right, I don't think that we have problems with that.
Yeah. On the account of reaching, when you look at the reaching like audiences, especially like youth, if you look at like the commission in Matthew 28:19, talks about reaching, pretty much preaching the gospel and commissioning us to preach the gospel to others. Do you think that rappers, if their heart and intention is to do that through their music, that is a gateway for people to come back to Christ?
Yeah.
From the way that I see it is, I don't think that it is necessarily, could be very opinionated, is necessarily wrong in terms of reaching
Yeah.
audiences.
Because, I agree to that. Because I've heard like news and articles about like people get converted, especially younger generations, get converted by listening to a song.
Music,
And
yes.
one of the songs are actually rap songs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Some of the songs.
I think you also have to add, especially those that are consuming the music, especially hip hop or rap. We need to add in discernment,
As well, yeah.
because if you start to, I guess you can say, idolize the rapper instead
Oh,
of
yeah,
Christ,
yeah.
True.
then that could be an issue. But you also need to look at, is this person, what is their goal that makes me want to listen to it? Will it bring me closer to Christ or not? I need to discern if their lyrics and their demeanor and everything will actually lead me to Christ as
Exactly.
well. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
About
no,
you guys, what you can say about it?
We have to be careful when we bring up this like the music aspect because like you said, a lot of people are drawn to music.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's just in our soul to just like resonate and like be in one with music. But it gets to the point where like sure we can listen to the music and everything and the message is there and I feel uplifted, but then it gets to the point where like, oh, this person is a good singer. This person can really write well. This person that and then it takes away from the whole message being sent. Like
Yeah.
no, it's
Yes.
not about me.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not about the song. It's about the message of the song, like who we're trying to represent, which is God
Exactly.
and Jesus, right?
Absolutely.
And it can happen to anyone.
Exactly.
It can happen to any genre as well.
Because like it's happened to me. Like I've listened to like really good gospel singers, and I got to the point like I'll be listening to it and I'll be like, this is a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the beat.
Yeah.
Like not even the message. It's like, oh, the beat's nice.
You like the beat?
The beat's really good.
It gets you.
And then
It
I
gets
get
you
I'm
into
like,
the
oh
feeling.
shoot, like this is like the message was there, intention was there. I'm listening to Christian music. It's not secular, but then now it's like, was
I
I
can
listening
relate.
to it
Yeah.
because I really like the music, or was it,
Yeah, I can relate
Yeah.
to that. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
100%.
it happens to the best of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's also one thing to note ourselves that when we listen to songs, we should also like ponder upon the lyrics, not just like the music, the creativity behind the music, but also the message of the song as well. I think the listener
Absolutely.
has something to do with it as well,
Oh
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too. And I know you mentioned about how the generational aspect, when people from this generation and how that might differ from, like, let's say an older generation, and they see the music and the song so polarizingly different, but obviously it has its reach, as we pointed out. My question is, what does that reveal about our generation, the generation that might have listened to like rap Christian music or whatnot? What do you think that reveals about our generation? And
Our
the
generation?
let's say generation
Z?
younger, yeah, the younger generations.
I think it's just influences.
Yeah.
Like
I agree.
our parents grew up listening to. Honestly, the way I see it, it's like it's more blended. Because like growing up, I'd be listening to a lot of like heritage singers.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
OG Christian.
Still do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so a little bit too.
Like
I agree.
and when it comes to like the secular music, I'd be listening to like the old like 80s, like, because that's what my parents would be playing whenever they're cleaning the house.
Same,
So
same.
it's like they're just blasting that music.
High School Musical,
Yeah.
Camp Rock.
Lionel
And then-
Richie. I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking Frank
But
Sinatra.
now, but then when like growing up in the 90s, like you'd be listening to like the 90s pop and stuff like that. But then they're still playing like the OG stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right,
And now for me, I'm still listening to like the heritage singers, but then now they're branching off more into like the more 2000 and like the 2020s music and stuff.
Influence, man.
And then the people that are like under, like, so you guys would be the generation under me.
Yeah.
You guys would be listening to like the music that I was listening to, plus like your current gen
Yeah.
music.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
it's like it's all blended in pretty seamlessly. But the people listening to like people that are like nowadays, like let's say the people born within like the 2010s, they wouldn't be listening to stuff that we would be listening to. It's like the generational gap is so big now.
It's so big.
Oh yeah.
What is the name for that generation? The people born in 2010.
2010 Generation Alpha.
That's Gen
Alpha.
Z.
Alpha.
No, Alpha
No, it's
is,
Alpha.
Alpha is like 2020s, no?
Oh wow. I didn't even know there was Alpha.
No, I think until 2013 is Gen Z, from 1997. 1997 to 2013 or 12, I think. And then Generation
Oh,
Alpha.
Oh,
Really?
is-
yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So you guys are Gen Z.
Yeah, we're Gen Z.
We're
We're Gen Z.
I'm millennial.
Okay, this guy's doing it on purpose. For the listeners, Gino was trying to
We're
high
Gen Z, we're Gen
five
I'm,
and
I'm millennial.
purposely
yeah.
missing
So
it.
you guys are Gen Z. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, Gen Alpha.
Yeah.
Gen Alpha is after
Us
that.
three. Us three. Yeah.
And next gonna be Beta.
Yeah.
Alpha, beta,
Alpha, beta.
Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta.
Orion.
Greek.
All right. So basically, you were saying is
It's
that,
Greek
I
alphabet.
guess what reveals about our generation in terms of music is just the influence is
Yeah.
different.
The influence, like I was influenced because of the music that my parents were listening to, and like the people like in my gen were listening to at the time.
Yeah. I think also the collective influence of social media as well.
Yeah.
And the shift of culture as well. So like when did they discover hip hop? When they discover raps? When did they discover this type of music or something? So in every generation has that kind of like experience and exposure as well. So people are being creative, creating another type of music, and then eventually it evolved into something.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
all of this are kind of like in a chronological order or something, like
Yes.
influence of times, should I say. I think that's
Yes.
one of the good ways to say it.
Yeah. I agree. All right. So, good questions. Good answers.
questions. Good answers.
All right. So for the next question that I have for us to discuss and debate, should Christians celebrate Halloween?
Oh
Halloween.
no!
Oh, wow.
I'm already no.
Yeah.
That's a harder take. This question.
I think this question is it is a
Yeah.
hard
Okay,
take.
We don't celebrate Halloween.
Yeah, just to celebrate, we don't celebrate. But what is your definition of celebrate? Like,
That's a good thing to define first.
Well, I think it has to do with the history. Where did it
Yeah.
started?
I think for me, celebrating is, at least in this context, right? So I'm not trying to be too general. let's be direct about Halloween. I think for me to celebrate Halloween is to, I think there's two aspects. It's like the dressing up, and then actively getting the candy, right? Because that's I think that's like the most important aspect. I think when we think about Halloween and how people normally celebrate it. So I think that's it for me. It's like those two components together is celebrating.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, do you guys know like the history of? Like,
That's what I'm looking at
That's what
right
I'm
now.
trying.
Why-
yeah,
why
I'm trying to search what's the history
So-
of like celebrating Halloween.
It's the,
Saints, isn't it?
You're celebrating the death
Of saints.
of saints and just like spirits and stuff.
That's the lore. Wow.
You dress up to blend in with the spirits.
Oh, that makes sense.
This is from like what I've read like years and years ago. Like what like Hallows Eve, which is where
All
the,
Hallows Eve.
where the word Halloween comes from.
Okay.
It's Hallows Eve, but you're basically like blending in with the spirits and conversing with the spirits, and you're trying to get their favor of the spirits. Like it's a lot of spiritualism when it comes to Halloween, which is why as Christians we shouldn't.
Right.
I don't remember the last time. To me personally, I don't even remember the last time I celebrated
I know that
Halloween. Like it's
at least for me, I was raised in a household where we didn't celebrate.
me too.
I remember we would try to like make it so that we're not home. We like turn off the lights, we try to like make it so that we're not wasting other people's time to come to our house, or and they're like knocking and they're waiting and like where's the candy, right? So I can relate to in that aspect.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Well, in the Philippines, I had a rich memories about about Halloween, and it's kind of like different when we celebrate Halloween in the Philippines. Now I'm talking about like the community, not our household.
Yeah.
So here we got like treat or tricks or something, but in the Philippines we light candles.
Candles.
In the middle of the road.
Oh, in the middle of the road.
In the middle of the road.
Does it have a different name?
It's a street road. It doesn't have a name. It's just like candles. I don't know what's like the reason behind why they light candles on it.
Okay.
But one of the thing that I remember is that like when you light my uncle said that when you light a candle in a cemetery during Halloween, their souls will go up into the heaven, and the larger the candle, the farther they go.
No.
No way.
No way.
So everyone's trying to buy the biggest candle they can get.
Uh,
And all those companies are like, they're gonna make it bigger.
Yeah.
Oh, tita, bigger candle.
That's what I was told.
That's funny. Wow.
So my
my.
Lolo, because my Lolo died, right? So we light candles. I don't know. During the time I wasn't Adventist.
Right.
Sure. Oh, right.
No, I wasn't Adventist in practice. I was Adventist in papers, but not in practice.
Oh,
so
I
we
see.
light candles during
True.
the time in my Lolo's
Right.
graveyard. Big candle so that he can go up.
Go well. Right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
I mean, for me, I guess you could say for myself, the last time I really celebrated, and if we're talking about the word celebrate, we're going based on your definition about like dressing up and this and that, was like in high school, and it was me like apart from practicing like Christian values. You know how it is, right? Growing up.
Right.
But that was the last time I ever really celebrated Halloween. But the reason why this question, I think, is like a hot take / controversial is because it disturbs me to try to practice it myself or to
What do you
it.
mean by that?
I think the whole definition of Halloween is not what it originally was said to be. Even if the origins itself talks about like spiritual stuff. Now, I'm going to do this, right? What's the first thing you think of when you think of Halloween?
Candy.
Candy.
yeah, candles.
Yeah, candles. He's traumatized.
The biggest candle I can get.
Like for me, it's like, and it's not that I watch them really. It's like horror movies,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
I think a lot of it is like cultural that
Right.
comes from it. But then when you talk about the deeper part, like the frat boy type vibes, like you have,
Sure.
yo boys, let's go, and we're gonna start a party because it's Halloween. We gotta have like you see people drinking and this and that. I'm not putting judgment towards them, but like, it's the culture that's associated with that. And I think when we talk about celebrating, like you could do the same stuff like on Halloween in terms of like fleshly desires,
Right.
as another day as well. But that's why I say I don't want to celebrate Halloween because it's the same in culture.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
I wanted
I
to.
just-
Yeah, I was actually going to bring that up too because I know so many people. Their I guess reason to celebrate is just because it's not connected to the history. This is like a cultural thing. This is like a holiday, right? In a way, and because it's a holiday in culture, they want to celebrate it in mind of like this is just a party. This is just
Yeah.
a break to hang out.
Yes.
The-
And
the
so
mo-
I think this is where we think that it's controversial because it's
Yeah.
like
the modern view and versus the traditional view of Halloween.
Yeah.
Because again, we it boils down to like the generational perspective on how they view the
right.
thing. But
Should we draw a line on that? Because
yeah, I think
No, I
that's the
think- I
question.
think you have
I think
to.
that's a question.
Yes.
Like if we're going back to like what we talked about previously about music,
yeah,
like the stuff that we do, like you said earlier, like the stuff that you take in is the stuff that you're going to start exuding out, right? So if you start putting yourself in situations where you're going to, personally is not in line with what the Bible is saying.
Yeah.
Like in this case, like for me, I don't celebrate Halloween because of the spiritual aspects of it, right? If you're putting yourself
Exactly.
in situations where you're going to start, accepting spiritualism or putting yourself in the presence of spiritualism, it's not, again, it's not a good
Practice?
sign. It's not a good
Yes.
practice.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's true because when you celebrate Halloween, it implies that that there's something like an implication that you celebrate ghosts and spirits. Biblically speaking, we don't believe in that. So like Halloween, culturally speaking, believes in like what I have said earlier. When you light a candle during Halloween, the soul of a person that died will go up
Right.
and reach heavens. So like it implies that it implies a belief to an immortal soul or something, which the
Yeah.
Bible actually prohibits us to believe.
I have a scenario for you guys.
okay,
Sure.
I just thought of it because I've talked about it with my fiance.
okay,
Say you have a family. You guys probably know where I'm going with this.
maybe.
No? Okay,
I have,
that's
I have an
fine.
idea, but
Okay, so just
got
picture
us in
yourself.
suspense. That's
Like
for
you
sure.
and your wife.
Yeah.
Okay,
You get married and then you have a kid. Now, in your household, when we talk about Halloween and we talk about candy, and your kid goes up to you, of course they're gonna have influence other than you.
yes,
Their friends are like,
Yeah.
"What kind of candy are you gonna get this year?" And they go up to you and they're like, "Can you bring me trick or treating?" Now, at that point, as a parent, we're not fathers at this point, obviously. But picture yourself as a parent.
Yeah.
Two questions: what will you do, and how will you draw the line if you are to,
I like this question.
bring your kid to get candy?
It's
You know.
a tough question.
It really is a tough
I
question.
think we need to ask fathers for that.
think- yeah.
I'm not
how they
bad.
handle
For the fathers as a special
Come on,
guest.
fathers, how they handle
Follow this
those
on
kinds of
Holy
situations.
I think to this example, I think about my siblings because for those who don't know, I do have younger siblings, and our
Yes.
age gap is quite large. So I have kind of, I wouldn't say recent memories or it's fresh off the mind, but I was much closer to being an adult when my siblings were just kids. So obviously
Yeah.
in that context, I've come across that same situation. I wonder if you have in your own.
Yeah, well, I have a younger sister who's 15 years younger than me. I'm not that old yet, but like 15 years,
We're
right?
not that old.
15 years of
I was in
gap.
high school when she was born. But actually, when we talk about celebrating, The last time I went trick or treating was with her, actually. To put it out there, I'm just being vulnerable.
Sure.
I went as Luigi,
Oh yeah.
and she went as Mario. I have a picture for
That's
her. I
awesome.
could
Oh,
probably
wow.
send it.
Right.
But I made sure that when I talked to Aaliyah, I said, Aaliyah, we're doing this for the candy, right?
Okay.
I guess it depends, right? You could still also believe that if we're even putting ourselves out there,
Yeah.
we are still endangering ourselves to exposure of what Halloween it is in cultural aspects, right? But we went out there for 20 minutes, got tired, and came back.
Okay.
Like we went to the houses, we just opened our bags.
Sure. Sure.
And I said, when you say trick or treat, you really need to know what you're saying when you're saying trick or treat.
Yeah.
Because that term in itself can be very misleading
That's
as well.
really, I think that was one of the, I want to say trigger words, but it's like one of like the incantations
Yes, yes.
people would say.
Yes, yes,
back
that's a
in,
good
like,
word.
the pagan,
Back in the
Yes.
day, the Celtics.
yeah.
Yes.
It's
Oh,
stuff that
yeah.
they would say
Yeah.
Yes.
to like spirits and stuff.
Yes.
So it is like
Trick or treat.
It's hard because like you have these kids, right? They want candy because they're
Yeah.
friends. But she never really once mentioned to me that like I want to participate in,
Yeah.
in spiritual activity like that.
But I can
It's
see
hard.
why it's hard because all their friends, like it's a cultural thing that everyone
Yes.
gets to go out and have fun, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The thing is though, with that, that's why we talk about drawing a line. We cannot compromise what God says.
exactly.
Right.
We
Exactly.
cannot.
It makes sense.
But is that action, and I'm really asking for myself, maybe for
Oh
you as
yeah,
well,
yeah, same here.
getting candy, is that inherently bad? I mean, I could go to someone's door the next day and ask for candy. They're like, it's not Halloween anymore. But it's still the same action, right? Is that inherently bad just because
I
we're
mean,
doing it on the day?
you can buy
When you're celebrating anything, you partake of the customs,
yeah.
right?
That's
If
true.
you're, regardless of like, if you're, okay, so let's put it like this: someone invites you to a birthday,
Yeah.
and you're pretty busy that day. You just hop in to say hi, and you leave.
You can put it that way.
You
Yeah.
still acknowledge that the person had a birthday.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
You've accepted that the person has a birthday. You
Yes.
went and visited. You actively went to go visit the person as a birthday, even though if it was just for like a second to say hi, just to leave.
Of course,
Same thing
of
with
course.
like Halloween.
Of course.
You go in just for the candy, nothing else. But you still actively participated in,
In the customs.
celebrating the customs of things.
What if at the birthday they were doing things that are obviously like when you put yourself in that situation, you are dipping into this area where you're exposing yourself, possibly.
Yeah.
Like what if the stuff that they were doing at that party, it was like that kind of party, like
Yeah.
drinking and
Yeah.
partaking and all that other stuff. You dip in and you dip out. So what you mean is that you're already exposing yourself to
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because like you said, you can go to your neighbor's house the next day and ask for candy.
yeah.
There's
That's
nothing
true.
wrong with that.
Yeah.
You could always go
Yeah.
after the birthday and say like,
Yeah.
hey, I understand what the party was.
Yeah.
I personally wasn't comfortable going to the party just for my sake.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm coming to you now.
Sure.
Say happy birthday or
Sure.
belated birthday.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
my feelings towards you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
But this is just like us getting into the safe side.
Yeah.
Because although we can have a lot of reasons to like justify like attending for the sake of candies, but also we can't deny the fact that we are also dipping ourselves into the danger itself.
Absolutely.
Right, right.
Yeah, it's true.
I-
It gets. I don't know if we'll talk about it in future podcasts, but it's like
Who knows?
it's like if you're on the Sabbath, you go to the beach
Hmm.
and you dip your feet in the water,
Oh, we'll talk about that.
and then you're like, you know what, it's fine. Let me just roll up my pant leg and we go knee deep.
And just
This
and
is
just,
the one you were talking about.
And
And
just,
you're
and
like,
just,
you know what, let me just take off my pants. So I'll just go waist deep.
Yeah.
Right,
Like,
right.
how do you draw the line at that?
And just go online
I've
for
never heard of
worship.
that.
Right.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
I could just watch church from home.
Yeah, speaking about like drawing lines and maybe even pushing it, I know we defined what celebrating is, but what if we, instead of, let's say, the candy aspect and the dressing up, what if we substitute it as something else? Because I'm going to use my example.
Okay.
What I did with my siblings, so that they're not
You went to your sibling's
upset.
room,
They're not upset.
knocked on their own door.
So they're not upset. I substituted it with like, oh, let's just have a movie night where we watch like their favorite shows, or like, hey, like instead we'll make it a game night. We'll play like some games that we enjoy, and we'll make it like every Halloween. This is what we do, but it's still on the same day, and it's acknowledging
Give
that
me an
there is
idea.
a
There's
Halloween.
a holiday in Halloween.
What do you guys think about that in terms of substituting?
It's pretty.
I don't think
pretty bizarre.
I don't think it's there's nothing to me personally. There's nothing wrong with substituting it, but you have to ensure that we're not doing this because it's Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it also implies that if you do different things,
Yeah.
but on the same day, so what does it imply?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a.
Would
good
you do this
point.
on another day
Yeah.
as well?
Because you can do it in
Probably
another
would.
day.
I mean,
for the sake of bonding.
I don't see why not.
Just
Yeah.
what I would do is like, you know what? Every October 31st, let's just play board games.
yeah,
So
because
We don't you don't
honestly,
say every Halloween. Just say, you know,
Yeah.
I'm using my example, but let's just pretend this is like just a general example.
Sure.
So let's say this person that used the substitute on that day. Oh, I actually forgot what I was going to say.
That's okay.
That's
It's fine,
okay.
yeah.
Keep it
I
flowing.
think what I was going to try to say was along the lines of instead of
Like trying to reject it, why not convert it into something? You trying to say, or replace it, or
I'm gonna be honest. I think I totally lost it. It comes back to me.
That's
fine.
okay.
but yeah, when it comes to that type, like substitution is fine. It's always good to think of alternative ways. But you also have to understand that there is a hard line when it comes to these type of stuff.
Yeah.
You can't substitute it and replace it. You can't say like, okay, every Halloween we'll do board games. That means you're still acknowledging that it's Halloween, but instead of going out, we're just gonna. It's like we're going to a birthday party, but like this time we're not going to my house. We're going to Chuck E. Cheese.
I
Even
think
if
there's some similar stance that has been made in history. At first, it was like a pagan celebration,
Yeah.
a festival of
Yes.
souls and spirits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what the church did in history is that they changed it into All Saints Day,
Yeah.
Right.
wasn't it? Right?
Oh.
So it's not just
Is it?
bad.
Yeah.
It's also the good saints. But
Yeah. So
again,
instead of like celebrating those wandering spirits, they turn it into like in celebration of the death of the saints,
yeah,
something like that. But it's a whole different practice and celebration.
yeah.
Wow.
It's just a substitution.
So to, I guess, conclude and kind of wrap things up, you would say that if you were to practice this idea of substituting, right, you have to make sure you draw the line, right?
Yeah, I think it should align to what the Bible says as
Yeah.
Christians.
And this is even if it's for good intention, like to, appease like let's say it's your children, to so that they don't feel left out or
Bad,
anything.
yeah.
You should still draw the line either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You
need
have
to
to
tell
let them know, like, let them understand, like, hey, this is,
Why do we not?
yeah, why we don't do this. It's the exact same thing as to saying like why we don't eat pork.
Yeah.
Why don't we drink? Why don't we not smoke?
Yeah.
Right. They have to understand
The reason behind.
the reason behind, because at that point, if you just say, oh, because we just don't, like, they're gonna end up doing it because they're gonna wonder why, why I want to know for myself. But
Right,
if you
right.
tell them and you actually like let
Yeah.
them listen and talk, and you clearly state why we don't do it, then they'll understand.
Right. You're like instilling
Yeah.
the moral values rather than just
Yeah.
Under the rule of
Oh.
like whoever.
Instead of like
That can
hiding
boss
it under the
around.
rug,
Yes.
why not confront it and
Yes.
then give
have
light
to
to
tell
it
Yeah, I agree.
or enlighten
I agree.
the subject?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. We're back again. So now that we've talked about the Halloween question, moving on to the next, my question is to something a little bit more, I guess, deeper into the lives, to living as a Christian. How do I trust God after disappointment? And not just like, I guess, the kind of disappointment you might get to a day-to-day basis, but a deep kind of disappointment that sits with you for a while. As Christians, how do I trust God after
Disappointment.
that kind of disappointment?
Really got us with that one.
Yeah, I think we need some time to actually think through this one. But
I was trying to find a scripture.
A scripture
with
for it?
that. That's why I'm taking a little bit of some time.
I mean, I could start. It all boils down to like what your relationship with God was before you were disappointed, and how your relationship with God is like at that current moment.
what do you mean by that?
Let's you can look at the story of Job.
Oh, yeah.
Job had everything, family, kids, and everything, and then a bunch of stuff started happening. But because of his relationship prior to the disappointment that had happened, like before, like all this stuff was happening, he was chill. He was like,
Right.
okay, this is probably just a test that God's putting me through. This is just something that will build my character in the future. But if your relationship with God isn't as like strong, or there's no relationship at all with Him to begin with, then it's very, very, very hard to build trust again. Like we can all say like, oh, we grew up in the church. I was born and raised Adventist. I know who God is. I've read Him in the Bible. I know all the Bible stories. And then something bad happens, and you're like, God, where are you?
Yeah.
Right?
Such
It
a
all
question.
it all starts from that relationship you've had with God from the very, very beginning.
I agree, especially in this context where the wording of the question used the word trust. I did this I think it was like a little sermonette when I had to take a class called worship. For anybody listening or watching that's from that class, you'll know this one where I had to differentiate. There is a difference between faith and trust.
Oh yeah.
Right? Where I guess there's different ways that you can try to define it, but the way I defined it in this context is that faith is in a way where you haven't had that, maybe perhaps that relationship, that consistency, so you're kind of in a way hoping and grasping on to this idea of trust, while trust is something that has been built upon, like you mentioned, right? So in that context, I think with the word trust, there has to be something that is built before to be able to, at least in hopes to withstand the kind of disappointment that someone could go through. I know you're ready to.
No. I'm honestly still looking
Looking for it?
for an example, and I might not even say anything what you guys are saying. Wonderful stuff.
I think another way to look at this question, I think that would enrich the discussion, would be for someone that hasn't gotten to that trust
Level.
trust level yet. They experience that disappointment, and they're trying to have that relationship with God, as we all do. What would the advice that you would give to that individual that doesn't have that trust, that kind of trust yet, the trust that Job has? Because honestly, it's a strong trust.
Yeah. It's quite tempting and relatively easy to say, just trust God because He knows everything.
Just do it, bro.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it. You know,
It's hard.
just
not
pray,
be-
just pray, and something like that. I find it hard to give advice to people who experience a certain type of disappointments, because they might be in a situation where it's so different from your experience as well, and we cannot just give a single verse to encourage them to continue
Absolutely.
to trust without addressing the root cause of that disappointment.
Right.
So I would probably first listen to where he's coming from or where she's coming from. And from that, I will try to like evaluate or assess in correlation with my experiences as well, with my
Yes,
disappointments, and try to reach where she at or he at right now,
Right.
and give some insights about biblical scriptures, experiences that I had, and how I recovered myself from that disappointments and from that hardship and turmoil that came in me.
Yeah. Because you can't tell someone to trust God if they don't know who God is.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
That's
really
true.
like if someone doesn't have a relationship with God, you can't just be like just trust God. They're
Yeah,
like,
we can't
Yeah,
force
yeah,
that
exactly.
as the idea.
who's this
Who's
God, you're
God?
speaking on?
Yes.
Right. So at that point, it's like I agree with Pastor Ansel. It's like you have to get to the point where just get to their level,
Yeah.
and then you just let your experiences, your testimonies, your life be who God would be for them at that current moment in time.
Yeah.
And then from there, they'll start developing that relationship. They're like, okay, you've gone through this type of stuff. You've experienced the things that I've experienced. How do I get to where you are now, where you're not even worried about the disappointment that held you back years ago, right? So then they start questioning. But again, it all starts before they even make a relationship start developing that relationship with God. Like you have to build that relationship with them to find God. Be that bridge for that person.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just sifting through. But I think the main thing about when someone comes up to you, and if you're the only bridge that you realize you're the only bridge for them to truly understand who God is. We're talking about relationship. That's where the trust comes from. So that's why we need to be those kinds of people instead of just throwing like, you need to trust God. I guarantee you,
Right.
your disappointment will go away
Bag.
because actually it will push them further away. I've done that
Yeah.
Right.
so many times in my life. So once you start sharing your actual experiences, based on like when you read the Bible, that's how it shapes your character as well, and you give that to them in a comforting way. It actually gives them a space, a very safe space to understand. Okay, maybe God isn't who the world portrays
Right,
God to
right.
be, but I can see through this person that this is where trust comes from, because that person has such a fear of the Lord and a trust in God that now I have a relationship with, say you're the person that asked the question, and then now I'm telling you about my experiences about places where I felt disappointed, where if I trusted in my own way instead of trusting in who God was, then I'd be stuck wallowing in my disappointment.
Right.
But now you've met, like for example, Hansel, Matthew, or myself, who have a fear of the Lord and who truly trust God. Now you can realize that disappointment goes away in terms of relation with God. That's what it should be.
I agree.
Oh,
And
yeah.
go ahead.
Oh, but we have to put a disclaimer out there. Like you can't bring someone to God if you yourself have
Absolutely.
a relationship.
God, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's literally blind leading the blind.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just to put it out there for people watching or listening,
Yeah. Caveat.
make sure you yourself
No, God.
have know who God is,
Yes.
have that hardcore relationship with Him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because at this point, it's like you're just spewing out stuff. And
Yeah.
You're
I
playing
agree.
with their feelings. Do you
Yeah.
know, what was the thing that you used to say
Yes.
about feelings?
Yeah. If you feelings, if you're not in your word, you're in your feelings.
Exactly.
Yes. I get that from like internet personnel,
Yeah.
but like it's not mine. It's
Yeah.
from
So
I think that's
pastors.
great. Good
If you're not in your
for
word,
this context,
you're
yeah.
in your feelings.
You're in your
yeah.
feelings.
So just
Yes.
make sure out there, just make sure you're good with God. Your relationship is tight to the point where if something bad happens,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not God's fault.
In other words, you yourself can assess yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
If you have the components and elements to share, to inspire, and if you think that you have the current degree or condition to uplift somebody, then I think it would be fine to share.
Yeah.
But if you think that you yourself are struggling,
Yeah.
then I think you should.
It's hard.
You just be honest and then
Yeah.
try to seek for help to other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the whole point of communion and community.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? We're all struggling. We're all in the same page, and if you yourself doesn't have that relationship with God, maybe the other person doesn't have it. Maybe both of you guys can grow together and figure out how to get that relationship with God.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, it varies from person to person. Not everyone will be like that. Not some people prefer to, they're like a lone wolf. They prefer to figure out who God is by themselves. There's people that need other people to be like, hey, I need a community that will hold me accountable, because if I'm alone and I'm struggling with this, I'm just going to struggle with it and I'm just going to leave it.
Yeah, exactly.
But if I have someone accountable, or if I have a community that's accountable for me, then I'll feel more empowered to be like, okay, you know what? There's people that are looking out for me. There's people that care about me.
There's a good
and my
support
relationship-
system,
Exactly,
yeah.
a support system. So, it varies from person to person, but again,
Yeah.
I think if we connect to them in a way to help them understand that disappointment will happen
Exactly.
in this life due to sinful nature and all that happens.
Propensities.
When you talk about community, we can connect them to help them understand that, yes, you will be disappointed, but that is because of the sinful nature and the sorrowful world that we live
Exactly.
in. It doesn't mean that after this you will not be disappointed again.
That's true.
That's where the trust in God comes in. Obviously, time and place, but if they have that relationship with you to talk about that, then
Yeah.
I have a verse.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know. I mean,
Oh,
it
did-
does relate, but it's about being anxious, right? Because when you're
Oh, yeah.
when you're disappointed, you're worried and anxious, right?
I agree.
And I was like, when I was like looking through, what am I? I really want to connect it to the Bible.
Of course.
But it's in Matthew 6,
33? Oh, no.
33. No. Matthew 6, 25. Therefore, I tell you, do not be anxious about your life,
Oh, yeah.
what you will eat or what you will drink, nor about your body, what you will put on. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothing? And he talks about, Jesus is talking to the disciples, talks about, do not, like the birds get fed. What
Oh.
about us? We'll be taken care of.
Yeah.
Now imagine you give that perspective to someone that is living in a life of disappointment, who does not know Christ. And then you use this example, you're like, where'd you get that from?
The needs.
I got it from the good book, the word, man. Like, if you really want to hear it. And that's like a good way for us to connect with community as well.
I agree.
That's what I think of
Yeah.
as well.
Exactly. And in relation to what Matthew said, blind leading the blind,
Yeah.
because some people are, and in relationship to what you have said as well, that if you're not in the word, you're in the feelings. Yeah. I think each one of us has the potential to make mistakes, right?
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
And good thing we have the Bible to serve as a measure,
I agree.
to neutralize all the. Sometimes we can be we can have a lot of opinions of ourselves. Sometimes we can express it subjectively based on our experience, but at the end of the day, I think the best advice will come from the Bible, comes from the Word of God.
Agreed. Yeah.
And also, if you can't help the person, there's nothing wrong with praying for them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
There's a lot of people.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of people that are like, if you go out into the street right now, and you go to someone and you're like, "Hey, can I pray for you?"
Yes.
9 times out of 10, they're gonna be like, "I need
Sure.
something like this."
Yes.
Like, sure, pray for me.
Yeah,
I'm speaking as if I'm on the street, like the common person. Most of the time, they're not religious, but they'll accept a prayer,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
right?
Because generally people are lost and they're seeking something.
Something.
They don't know what that is.
They're just looking for something.
Prayer could be something that they've been looking for and they just
Yeah.
never achieved it. So like again, if someone is dealing with like, so we're going back to like what Alan said was like a person that doesn't have a relationship with God, they're struggling. How do
Yes.
you help them? Best thing to do, pray for them. Honestly,
Yeah.
Amen.
That's a
just
good thing
pray
to do.
because
Amen.
again, if your relationship with God isn't as strong, the best thing you can do for them, aside from like giving you a testimony or whatever, is just pray. You can
Prayer
just
is
say like, "Hey
powerful.
God, I know my relationship with you isn't the best, but the person in front of me right now is struggling with something.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if my prayer will reach you, but I hope it does. And if it does, be with this person. Like intercede on behalf of that other person. Like it's very powerful. It'll help you for sure too.
Yeah.
Because then if God starts answering their prayer or helping them out, then you know that God has listened to your prayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just thought of some stories on the account of like people on the street.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys feel it. I don't know. when you look at like homeless people, there's something for myself personally that just draws myself to them. And before I used to hesitate about like coming out to them, because what's instilled into our mind is, oh, they might realistically, they might stab you, they might steal your money, or they might just use their money for drugs. But then now these days, I'm just thinking we are called to be like the salt.
The salt of the world. Yeah.
So if whatever happens to me, bad as it is, my intention was to go and try and pray for this person, because I know they're on the street for some reason. They need some prayer. Like we need to go out there, because I'm sure in the context of disappointment, they've disappointed themselves a lot in their life.
Yeah.
So we need to pray for these people. I try to remember their names. There's a guy that sits like at a McDonald's like near my house. His name is Adrian. He's from not your Adrian, but he's from Kosovo. Does not speak a lick of English.
Spanish.
Kosovo.
Spanish.
Yeah. Spanish region. French region. My geography's not good, but
Same.
I
gotta be honest, same.
But I tried my best to use like Google Translate and ask him if he needed prayer, and he's like, all he did was, yes. These people really need prayer. We are called to be the salt of the earth. Really, this is the serious part of our segment. Well, really.
Yeah, I mean, I like
feel
having
it.
this segment at the end of the episode, and
Yeah.
mentioning the end of the episode. I think that concludes this question and concludes the first ever pilot episode for Ask Me Anything, podcast where youth, young adult leaders, or anything related to such gets together and we talk about and answer questions, and hopefully for the next episode, questions that are being submitted. How did we discuss about receiving questions again?
Well, for youth that are in our church,
Can email us.
I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys on Sabbath. But I think
we'll create there'll be like a Google form.
Yes.
Somewhere in this area of
Whoa.
the video.
Oh, there it is! Wow.
We'll make a link that you guys can post or access. It'll be all anonymous, and then we'll scan through all the comments or questions or whatever, and then we'll bring it up at the next video.
Next episode.
Yeah.
Amen.
And we'll see you then. Thanks for
Sorry. Do we want to pray? Do you want to pray?
Yeah.
We should end off with a prayer.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning.
What's the end?
1 second, guys.
But yeah, let's pray. Let's actually pray.
Yeah.
Okay. Who wants to close this?
You can do it, man.
Who wants to get closer to God?
Nah. That's controversial. Let's talk about it. Okay.
Right, Matt.
pray.
Yeah.
Our kind and most gracious Heavenly Father, I'd like to thank you for this opportunity that you've given to us to be able to minister to people, to just talk to your people, to understand who you are as a friend. I pray that the people listening, the people that are watching, that they were blessed. Maybe even touched to the point where they want to know who you are at a deeper level. I pray that whatever comes out of our mouths into this video, to whatever everyone's listening to, that it will be a blessing. I pray that you continue to be with this podcast, this friendship, this communion with everyone that's watching or listening. And I pray that this will be something that will be fruitful for those that just need this one video. Be with us now as we go throughout the rest of this wonderful day whenever you guys are listening. And I pray that that our relationship with you, Lord, will be even stronger after this.
Yes.
Thank you for everything you have done for us. Forgive the sins that we have committed against you. And bring us back to the place where you first loved us. In your name I pray. Amen.
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 All right. Take care, guys.
Thank you, Jesus.
All right.
That's a wrap.
No, you should
Another one.
keep us walking off. Keep it organic.
You think there's-